Okay. Are we live? Says we are. And there it is. There's our preview. Alrighty. So let's do this. Just waiting on the stream link to show up. There she is. I've been looking forward to this for a couple weeks now. Ever since I heard the extended demo was coming out. It dropped almost 2 weeks ago. And I've been meaning to get around to this sooner, but there's just so many other mods that I am doing playthroughs of right now. It's kind of hard to fit. But I'm finally getting to it. How are you tonight, Omega? I'm feeling pretty good. Not just, because I'm playing this, but because my hockey team pulled out an absolute nuclear third period against Edmonton tonight. Like, oh my god, they unloaded on them. 5 bloody goals in the third period. I could not believe that. That was absolutely insane. Absolute insanity. I'm glad you're doing well tonight, Omega. Work wasn't super interesting tonight, but that's because it was a pretty typical Tuesday. And yeah, I remember the first demo I played for this on that demo night earlier this summer, where I looked at 3 different demos. I thought this mod was pretty fun. I really enjoyed this. Also, I was pretty pumped for this because there was a teaser that got me pretty excited. I already showed it. But yeah, like, if you know me, you might have a couple of guesses. So how is everybody's Tuesday going? Honestly, probably the most interesting thing that happened at work was that we have inventory going on, so there's not a whole lot to do, really. At least until Sunday when we get stuff counted. Yep, there we go. Oh. I was gonna say, where is my eye emote? What do you mean, Koneko? I also saw that you posted an update for the mod that you've been working on in the My Doki Doki Starlight server. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy about that. Playing Disney Magical World. I've never actually heard of that. What is that? Tell me about that. I'm not too familiar with that. There we go. I'm making a new group for my friends server. I think I need to redo it. It won't take long, but well, take all the time that you need. That's so weird. My emotes button is invisible on Discord right now. Yes, DeWalt, this demo. I've been trying to find a spot to fit this in ever since this demo came out. Because I remember the first demo was pretty fun. I quite liked the first demo when I looked at this back in the summer. And yeah, the only reason I haven't gotten to this sooner is because I have that many playthroughs going on right now. You don't remember anything about even owning that mod. You just know that something happened. Luckily, you've got a storyboard for it somewhere, if notes serve you right. Really now? A new piece of art. Kind of hard to explain. It's a Switch game? Alright. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it for what it was. It didn't blow me away or anything, but it doesn't have to. It was just a fun mod. I just enjoyed it for what it was. You sent it? Alright, we'll look at it in a little bit here, Koniko. There we go. So, DeWalt, what's new with you? What have you been up to? Oh, you've sent me quite a few things, Koneko. I suppose, yeah, since you were talking to me about that earlier, the Halloween mod you've been working on. It's a re-release from last year? Ah, I did not know that. I did not know that. I do not keep up with that stuff. I usually don't do a whole lot of seasonal stuff, actually. If you can believe it. Alright, so let's see what Koneko sent us before we get started here. Check that out. I saw that as your profile picture, but now we can see the whole thing. Very neat. Very festive. Wait, what is this? Oh, you have a Koneko FNF channel now. I did not know that. Aggressive. Aggressive chip bag rustling. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. It's canon with your main mod? I see, so I might want to finish that then. Because you sent me a message saying that I basically pulled a secret pain with your mod. I said I hope I didn't do that, but I think I did. Okay. No, I don't have to tell you why I left the server. It's because it's not going to be used anymore. Maybe play day 5 and Halloween in one stream. Depends on how long each takes. We will see. We will see. Because based on my current schedule, my next day that I'm going to be doing Blue Seas at the earliest is going to be Tuesday next week. So yeah, sounds like a good thing to play for Devil's Night. I'll be curious if good old Moni here has any Devil's Night surprise for me like she did a year or two ago. You know what you said about recording you? We're on a broadcast here. And besides, you sure look happy to be here. How's Mr. Tractor doing? Pretty good. Day 5 isn't long. Oh, right, I suppose it is. I suppose it is Halloween, isn't it? So that actually works out nice. So, yeah, like I said, it depends on how long the last day is, because I left off on the day that everybody is coming over to do their work for the festival on Blue Seas. So if that's the last day and it's not that long, then I absolutely pulled a secret pain again. And one last thing before we get started here, can I just say I love how hilariously lopsided this poll is on the server here? Like, I don't think I have seen a poll this one-sided for any game I have posted. For any, like, request day or backlog day. Y'all really want Portal 2 after, we did Portal 1. I mean, I don't blame you guys, but holy shit. I'm just saying, if it gets any more one-sided, I might have to introduce a rule where if a game is winning by like 15 or 20 votes or something over the next closest option, that it just wins by default. Because this is an embarrassing level of one-sidedness. Everyone vote for Technomancer. Yep, I played through the first Portal game last week, and I had a blast. I had an absolute blast playing it, so I'm not complaining that Portal 2 is winning. I actually expected it to get out to an early lead. But holy shit, dude. I did not expect the poll to be that one-sided. Like, literally everybody who has voted so far fucking voted for Portal. I don't blame them. It's a damn good game, but I thought maybe Black Mesa would get some votes at least. Alright. So what do you want to show me before we get started, Zach? So you accidentally did this? Is this with your menu? Yeah, that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat what you did there. Pretty neat. Should see what Caleb thinks. Because I think that looks neat. Aw, well, we're just about to get started here. You gonna leave right when we're about to start? That doesn't sound very good. Alrighty. Put that out of the way. I don't know why I read that so aggressively. I don't know. I don't know either. Yep, and now Portal's up to 15. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. If Portal hits 20 votes tonight, I might... I'm just saying, guys. If Portal hits 20 votes or more by the end of stream tonight, and nothing else gets any votes, I'm just gonna say Portal wins by default, because that would just be hilariously one-sided and just such an overwhelming majority that it's like, okay, I can't. I'm not even gonna let it run. I'm not even gonna let it run. The rest of the week. It's like, why would I let it? Why would I just let it be for that long? It's like, what's the point? So yeah, get your votes in if you haven't already. Anywho, I also put a download link for the mod we're playing tonight in the description if you want to check it out yourself. Designed to be played after the original. Intended to be played after the original game. Contains spoilers for the original game. Yep. Standard stuff. Yada yada yada. Now with that out of the way, are you ready to study abroad? Can't complain you're not giving me enough options. Ooh. Team Relations presents. I think the whistling in the opening track is a little bit loud. We need to understand each other. Yeah, okay, is it just me or is the music a little bit loud? And I don't know if it's just me, but is the menu more basic than last time? I did install the right demo, right? Because it said I had a duplicate copy when I downloaded the extended demo, so I'm like, okay, this must be the one I downloaded. But yeah, DeWalt, I believe Starfield is already on my request list. I'm pretty sure somebody sent that in as a request. Let me look, just to be sure. Yeah. My mate, Oreo, who is a big Bethesda fan, already asked me to play Starfield, so it's already on there. But yeah, that's what I got the request channel in the server for. Alright, music volume okay? While we get started here. We're just gonna do the classic standby. There we go. Alright, well, if the music is too loud, let me know, because I haven't heard anybody say it's too loud. So yeah, let's jump in. When dialogue text is displayed like this, it's meant to signify the character speaking in Japanese. Yep, I remember that from last time. The mod does a pretty good job representing like what it's actually like. You know, talking to people in a foreign country when you don't know the language. Yep, forgot to set the text speed. Oh, I hold up. I don't think that option was there last time. What is this? Notebook. Why do we have a notebook option on our hotbar? Guys, I don't think I remember that from last time. I think that's new. Subdued, high-pitched whine gives way to a rumbling racket, reverberating in my chest, as the rest of my body is gently yanked forward in my seat. Is it just me, or is that comma right there unnecessary? I think we're landing. The onslaught of audible and physical cacophonies serve as a rude awakening, the tires making contact with the tarmac providing most of it. Yep, that is what I do, because I get done with work at 10 p.m., dude. And it is midnight for me right now, actually. Yeah, I'm the late night slot. Not a lot I can do about that, given my work schedule. Yep, sounds good, DeWalt. Thanks for stopping by. You have a good one tomorrow, dude. My mind tries to process the next 24 hours. I think a semicolon is in order here. The wheres, the whats, the whens, the costs. All into a monotonous process that felt second nature to me. Yeah, I know my streaming hours are not the most convenient for everybody. But that's why the VODs are always up. I always leave them up, because I know everybody can't watch them right away. Nothing could disrupt me on how I was going to settle down in this new world I've found myself in. Yep, we have got a year to just hang out in Japan. Save for a few ambiguities, though I can't really expect much more of my homeschool's competency of these things. Christ, one time they mixed up their recycled and drinking water pipes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Jesus, that does not sound good. Oh, God. Oh, imagine that shit. You know, coming out of the drinking fountains. Oh, God. I don't want to imagine that. Yeah, like I said, is it just me, or is this mod's music just loud? Check DMs for more menu progress. Alright, I will look at it a bit later, Zach. Good music, it's just loud. I think I can turn it up a bit, but there we go. I think that's the right moment. Walking down the jet bridge to arrivals, I soon come to realize I'm no longer inside an air-conditioned heating flying tin can. Nope, you are on the ground in Japan. A chill soon finds itself, and I zip up my hoodie in an attempt to retain much of my heat. Probably a good idea. Yep, I remember in the first demo, this is when I started wondering what time of year it was. Because I figured it had to be at least fall. But, of course, it all depends on what time of year. Looking out the windows shows a vast concrete plateau adorned with lights as passenger jets taxi, take off, land a frantic scurry that seems all too chaotic under a gentle scattered light through an overcast sky. I'd love for him to, like, you know, walk up to the window while we get this description so we can actually see this while we're reading it. Mental reminder tells me to take out my phone and turn the airplane mode off and check for any notifications I might have missed out on during the flight. Oh boy, that sentence needs some commas. Jesus. Zach is probably going mental looking at that right now. Of course, switching over to airport Wi-Fi as I don't have a SIM card here. Yep, we'll have to fix that. Yep, it's our boy JJ. 2 notifications. Oh, bother. Either that's a typo of brother, or he said, oh, bother. Yo, you landed yet? It's like, chill, dude. I've only set foot in Japan for like an hour. It's damn cold is what it is. Yup. I told you your human Grammarly senses were gonna be going ape shit at some of these lines. No snow, though. Okay, so that gives us a better indication. You don't seem excited, bruv. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, May. Okay, I don't know if it's reading it as month, day, year, or day, month, year. So if it's reading it as month, day, month, year, then it's February. But if it's reading it as month, day, year, then it's May. What do you mean you can barely write properly either? Oh, go Neko. More or less sent on exile. I don't think I should be all that pumped. What do you mean, boy? Yeah, but dude, you're in Japan. Yes, the land of anime. Lots of cool stuff, for real. Yeah, Japan comes up with a lot of crazy shit. You get to make new friends at school. Also, why doesn't his profile picture coincide with the profile picture here? I just noticed that. Maybe cop a baddie? You get to make new friends at school. Dude, you realize this shit isn't like anime. School is school. I'm sure boringness transcends language and cultures. Remember that. Alright, pipe down. Just trying to be optimistic. I'm just trying to be realistic. You're no fun. This is why you get no bitches. Oh, remind me who you went to formal with? Yep, he's just like, no comment. Thought so. Alright, come on, man. That aside, you know I can't really make small talk with strangers, let alone ones with a language barrier between us. Yeah, that's gonna be the challenge. Besides, it's not like I'm gonna end up in some whimsical situation. Situations like in that one anime you recommended where it was just some guy surrounded by girls all the time. You're not missing out on much, I assure you. Come on. But then again, it's texting, so it's texting, and who uses grammar when texting? Couldn't tell ya. Definitely not me. Alright, fine. Just don't miss out on anything, though. I want to know. I wouldn't waste this opportunity by being a loner and shit. Especially when you can cop a Japanese baddie. Leave your old self back at St. Hewlett's, bruv. Whatever. I put my phone back inside my coat pocket. JJ and I must have been chatting for a while, because I can now see the entrance to customs through to arrivals. Small queue seems to have been built up from the other passengers on my flight, so I take this time to get ready. I reposition my bag to pull out the folder with all my documentation, passports and the like, in anticipation for screening at customs. The queue gets smaller by the minute, and I soon remember I have to take my laptop out onto a separate tray to get scanned. I take a stroll around the airport for a quick lunch, having just retrieved my luggage from the carousel. I spot a chic-looking joint that sells pre-packed meals in a neat little box. When in Rome, I guess. Might as well, right? I go in to choose whatever looks the most appetizing. Prices marked out on small yellow paper stickers on their covers. It's probably because my text speed is so high. Next time we get into a phone, Next time we get into a texting conversation, I'll turn the text speed down to see if that affects anything. Because I just like having the text speed high. That's just how I like it. I flipped through my wallet to check out if I've exchanged enough yen for this. Good to go. Thank God. I go over to the cashier and give them the exact amount of yen for it, as I really don't want to embarrass myself by butchering this poor worker's language and making an ass of myself. They take the bill and hand back her receipts, having just been coughed out by a delicately yellowed, small plastic printer. Comma. Have a good one. Thanks, you too. Wait. Fuck! I don't have a moment to go over what just happened back at the bento stall as I feel my phone vibrate in my pocket. Yep. Yeah, I know that's not Japanese text. I know that's not Japanese kanji. I look for a spot to sit down in and take in my surroundings. I think that the first one is unnecessary. Given its closeness to where I just was, this has to be some sort of food court. Bare concrete pillars line the outside. There we go. Yep. I know. I just like my text speed fast, Zach. What can I say? Bare concrete pillars line the outside a few meters away from the floor-to-ceiling windows. Nope. Don't need that. The floor's, made out of some polished stone that has some obvious wear to it, as its shimmer is occasionally broken by streaks left over from rubberized caster wheels of foot traffic. Yeah, sounds like they might be due for some waxing in the future. I sit down at a bench, first checking on the notification on my phone. St. Hewlett's College, Kirbyhashi High School Exchange Channel. Yeah, that's right. That's the school we're transferring to. We're meeting you at the West Food Court. I brought a few of my friends over, too. We're in our school uniforms, so you should be able to see us. On it, making tracks. Oh, it wasn't a particularly long one, so next time we have it back and forth, we'll turn the text speed down so we can see that. I stole my lunchbox back in my bag and haul ass to the meetup point, given its distance. Is that a burb in the window? Chat, we got burb. I don't remember if that was there last time. Alright, see you in a bit, Zach. I scan the area around me. Seems like another food court, though the decor and general air of it was leagues above the one I was just at. Yep, it's got a more exquisite and fancy vibe. Yes. Somebody is not impressed. Guys, I don't think she liked that. I'm just saying, I don't think she liked that. There we go. The ceiling was a lot lower, though it lent itself to being more extravagant, with ceiling lights hidden behind some scones to give off the look that the ceiling itself was glowing. Yep, that's pretty neat. The seating arrangements were vastly superior too. Booths upholstered and tartan cushions aligned themselves in an orderly manner, giving some privacy between groups. Far better than a hodgepodge of sheet aluminum tables and benches. All the tables had groups of people on them, save for the odd loner, and I was hard-pressed to find the right one. Just as I was starting to doubt myself on finding them, I spotted a group of girls in uniform out in the distance by the windows. The colors are on point with mine I packed for before the flight. Grayish blazer with blue skirts. That has to be Kuribayashi. Kuribayashi. Hi. I gotta get used to saying that. Kuribayashi. Kuribayashi. Welcome back, Cerberus. We just met up with the gang we will be meeting up with. So how are you doing tonight, Cerberus? Yeah, they designed it like that. I'm well aware of that fact, that they designed it to look like an 8. As I approach the group, I spot one of them adorned with a red bow. Oh my god, Zach is gonna read this sentence and have a goddamn migraine. As I approach the group, I spot one of them adorned with a red bow, gently nudges the girl in the white bow next to her, soon pointing in my direction. Oh my god, word salad. Blah, 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 blah. Comma, she gently nudges. Either that or period, she nudges. Whew! Need some work there. Need some help. Kramer needs some help in this mod. Just finished World 1 of Mario Bros. Wonder. Yeah, you were talking about that on the Callisto stream last night. How are you liking it? Because I know you said you thought it was pretty neat so far. A thought crosses my mind whether the hair accessories signify a pecking order, but I soon dismiss this notion. No, that's stupid. You stupid! Over here! Hey, Underskins. Planning on getting Sonic Superstars? Yeah, I'm still on the fence about that one. Like, I know, my mate, formerly known as Real Sonic Kings, he's really into that, because he's posting a lot of competitive times for that game right now. Ugh. Like, I'm waiting to see, I wanted to wait until it came out so I could see what people had to say, and I think if I am going to get it at all, it's going to be on console, because the PC version is saddled with Denuvo and Epic Games, and I'm just like, oh, fuck no, get out of here with that. So yeah, if I am going to get it on anything, I'm going to get it on console, because I am not dealing with Denuvo. I am sorry, you can say what you want, but fuck Denuvo. She outstretches an arm up in the air and flashes a wide grin, unaware of any attention she might bring to herself. Usually it's Sayuri who does that. The Wonder Seeds, which work like star coins, start off blue-colored, but they don't stay that way. What is a Denuvo? Denuvo is one of the most hated DRMs when it comes to big games that use it, cause it is known to just ruin performance on PC. Denuvo is a DRM that's supposed to copy protect the game. But here's the thing. What is DRM? Digital Rights Management. Basically, it's the game's form of anti-piracy protection. But here's the thing. Pirates always crack this shit. No, it doesn't matter, like, what kind of anti-piracy measures you throw in. Pirates will always crack it. It's just a matter of time. Like, it's just a fact, bro. So yeah, if I was ever going to get the game on PC, I would get the cracked version. And I take no shame in saying that, because I am not dealing with DRM. Because Denuvo is just ass. And it has dragged so many good games, otherwise good games, down. Anywho, side tangents over. So yeah, if I'm getting Sonic Superstars on anything, it's going to be my PS5. I get closer, only to realize the reality of the situation before me. The hustle and bustle of the food court is dying down in my head. The rest of the world is melting away outside my ever-narrowing cone of vision. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. It's always just a matter of time when it comes to DRM. Like, the only thing it's good for is, protecting the game during, like, its launch period. But, after that, it's like, nobody cares. Ah, crap. They're all girls. I steel myself as I make first contact with these strangers from a strange land. you boogie if you got a you boogie as fuck if you got a PS5. Well, I do. I've had one for quite a while now. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Moss but ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure somebody is actually working on like a AI like chatting thing with Moss, something like that. I'm pretty sure there's a sub mod in the works to do something like that, to kind of like take the Monika like chatbot and put something like that in Moss. I'm pretty sure somebody's working on something like that. What do you mean you're not on the stream chat? Something like that already exists. You sent a message earlier and it didn't show up. Yeah, I just now noticed that. I'm looking over at the chat history on OBS, and yeah, your first message didn't show up. I don't know if it's some kind of YouTube filter or what. Think it's released already, but might be wrong on that. I don't know. Hey guys, you're Kuribayashi Hire, yeah? I do a quick recount on what I just said and internally facepalm at my own expense. For one, they're all girls. Two, they think I think they're all called Kuribayashi. Three, ending a sentence with yeah is cryptic as hell for them. Then to wrap things up, I don't even think they understood all that. What a great start. The girls exchange cursory glances at one another before deciding the one with the white bow should be the one to respond to that mismatch of diplomatic vomit. Yes, we are. I'm Monika. This is Sayori and Natsuki. Okay, lesson learned from last time. Keep it simple. Yup. This is why I don't use the dedicated YouTube app servers. I just use Safari. Because Safari is at least consistent shit. Good to see all of you. Likewise. I take note of Monika. I suspect she's the host I've been assigned to. I believe that is the case. I exchange handshakes with them, then take my seat, after which one of them speaks up. The pink-haired one, who I believe is going by seating order, is Natsuki, says something in an inquisitive tone which gets a stern reply from the red bow. You're starting a union in your store? Huh, yeah, that is an interesting idea. Natsuki's face then emerges with a hue of crimson, the rest of the group laughing at her expense, I think. All I could gather from that little exchange was boy. Period has to be inside the quotations. I think they're talking about me. All of them soon reach into their bags. I glance over to Monika, some desperate plea as to what to do. We're having lunch. Would you like to join us? Screw it. She's the only person who I think if she's the person who I think she is, I'm sure she's fluent enough. Sure thing. I retrieve my lunchbox from my bag whilst catching on to little tidbits of the conversation the girls are having between them, with the word right showing up here and there. As soon as my eyes are redirected from my bag to the tabletop, I met with two pairs of inquisitive eyes. You're just fucking around? Alright. One I'm fairly familiar with, but the other one wants to say something but can't quite communicate. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a bit of a language barrier in this mod. The mod does a good job representing that. Like, we don't actually speak Japanese that well yet. As soon as I catch on, Sarah glances away, staring down at her own lunch. You know, I thought you'd be a guy, Monika. Why? We all thought you'd be a girl. The exchange channel abbreviates our first name, so I had a feeling something like this would happen. In any case, Miss Stark, it's good to finally see you in person. So her last name is Stark in this mod. No, the real question is, does she have a father named Tony? Because I swear to God, if she's got a father named Tony, we gotta have words, mod. We all continue with unpacking lunch until Siri pipes up to Monika. Monika's hand gestures tell me it's got something to do with me and my lunch. Siri appears to relent to Monika and looks at me. Eye contact breaking with every time she touches her indexes together. Yep. May I have one? Ah. I slide over my bento to her and give her a nod, her eyes lighting up after doing so. This seems to get a giggle out of everyone else. Siri asserts herself and grabs a piece of fried tofu from my bento. Self-satisfaction plastered on our face. We only just met, she's already doing this. Given her eagerness to take a bit of my lunch, I retreat my bento, away from the range of her chopsticks. Yeah, I don't remember if that detail was covered within. I don't remember. Monika nudges Siri back and says something to her in an authoritative tone. What do you say afterwards? Huh. I guess I caught what she said. Thank you. You're welcome. And for those of you joining in late, in case you missed it, anytime the text is colored different like that, it means they're speaking in Japanese. The lot of us finished our lunch 10 minutes ago, and the rest of the group have been engaged in idle chit-chat. Oh, he absolutely would. Yep. I see Zach is going, human Grammarly mode. I somewhat strain my ears, into what they're saying. I somewhat strain my ears to listen in on what they're saying, I think is how I would have worded that. Picking up words that are often brought up. Like this. like this. You know, the obviously different colored line. I focus on a couple, especially on this literature club I keep hearing about. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I press Monika for answers. Monika, you're in a club, I presume? Comma. Yes, actually. These two are in it as well. Yes, actually, these two are in it as well. If we had one more come over, this would have been a club meeting of sorts. Oh, I know you, Zach. I'm the club president, and Sayori is the vice president. Huh. So there is a pecking order. I see. What's your club about? How do you say? Oh, yes. Absolutely, Cerberus. It's just a matter of how many. Poetry, books. We talk about them, and write some as well. Huh. I know it doesn't sound all too exciting, but oh no, I'm fully interested. The club could be a massive help in my learning. It's partly the reason why I got transferred anyways, language enrichment and so on. My mind rushes back to what JJ told me. Leave your old self back at St. Hewlett's, bruv. Ah, fuck it. Consider this my application. I think the closest thing DDLC has to that, Cerberus, is infinity pens. Oh yeah, Zach, definitely. It's because they're remote. It's because they are remote locations. Not a lot of people go there. Monika shoots me a warm smile, soon outstretching a hand to me. I do the same. Application accepted. Welcome aboard. Glad to be here. Thank you. I noticed the two other girls glancing at each other speculatively, with Natsuki being the most vocally interrogative. This back and forth comes to a close, with Sayori facing Monika in an equally puzzled demeanor Natsuki had with her a moment ago. Monika, did he just join? Yes. I'm guessing I just shook up the vice president over a combination of granting her club a new member and the fact that I understand a modicum of Japanese. Displays of awe and excitement vie for control over her face before deciding on just awe. You can speak Japanese? Yes, only some though. I came to Japan to learn. May your club be good to me. That didn't sound right, but I think she gets the gist of it. Yes, very good! Natsuki will make cupcakes for you! I shoot Natsuki an eyebrow, her mouth agape in shock. Natsuki's like, I did not sign up for this. Wow, just for me? Sayori, you dummy! Natsuki slams an upright hand on the top of Sayori's head, as if to split it open with a light-hearted karate chop. Damn, Natsuki, calm down. Monika and I share a laugh at the pair's expense. Ow! Natsuki's chop to her head may not have been as light-hearted as I thought if it weren't that type of reaction from Sayori. I glance back to Natsuki, curious if she's somewhat remorseful, but I see she's beet red and slightly out of breath. Natsuki used hammer arm. If she were a Pokemon, she absolutely would know that move. Which reminds me, something popped up in my feed last week where, I think it was Dretchnox modded, Monika as a Pokemon into Pokemon Emerald and is doing a run with just Monika. And god damn it, I want that mod now. There needs to be a mod like that for all four of them. If somebody makes that a thing, I will do solo runs with each of them. Straight up. Natsuki would be a fighting fairy type. I could see that. I could definitely see that. So that begs the question, what type combos would the other three Dokis be? Let's get a straw poll going in chat right now. What I think she meant to say was that this is a special occasion, so catering is in order. Yup. There's mods for all four of them in the Binding of Isaac. Oh, damn. That sounds awesome. I've never played the Binding of Isaac, but I've watched quite a few videos on it. Yuri would be Psychic Fairy. So she would be Gardevoir. Well, you're all too kind. An awkward silence soon falls onto our group, with the commotion of the airport serving as our salvation out of it. I scramble my brain trying to find another way out of it, only to find it focusing on the very situation I find myself in. Alright, Koneko. You have a good night. Oh, definitely. Just some foreigner surrounded and building rapport with three, quite frankly, cute schoolgirls. Now that I think about it like that, this seems strikingly familiar. Oh! Bingo! I rifle through my bag to find my sunglasses, the rest of the girls catching on to me making haste to my rucksack. I find the pair stowed in the front pocket, just barely tangled on a phone charger wire. A delightfully devilish grin finds itself growing on my face as I pull out my phone, unlocking it with my fingerprint and opening the camera app. I put on my sunglasses carefully, trying not to poke any eyes out. As all of the girls had their eyes already trained on me, they picked up on what I'm about to do. Peace signs form from my peripheral vision. Sarah would probably be a normal type. A pure normal type? No dual typing? I raised my phone to try to get everyone in frame and try to replicate one of those gang signs JJ taught me. I then take the photo. Could do with a sound effect there. Thanks, everyone. I take off my sunglasses and put them back into the front pocket of my bag, which is much forethought as last time. I inspect the photo for a moment before spotting the time and immediately feeling a sense of urgency take over. Hey, Monika? You said over the exchange channel there would be other things you would show me after meeting at the airport? It's, I locked the phone to show her my lock screen. Time of day large as it could be on my phone. Really? You think Monika would be Ferrothorn? you think Monika would be a Ferrothorn? A grass steel type? Any thoughts on that, you? God damn it. Service, now you've given me a new idea if I ever decide to use a Ferrothorn on one of my teams. Because I'm just gonna say it straight up. You were gonna say Grass Fairy, but we were getting redundant with Fairy. A little bit, yeah. Like I don't know, explain your reasoning. I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, right! We have to hurry back to the station. The airport is very far from mine and the rest of the others.
Monika then stands, quickly turning her head to the other two.
Sayori, Natsuki, let's go!
The rest follow suit, as I press the button on my luggage to extend its carrying handle. You think Monika would be a grass electric type? Steel because of file manipulation in the game's code? Grass because of her eyes? And Koneko thinks Sayori would be water and fairy? See, I thought Sayori would at least be a water type. Natsuki would be fighting and fairy. Yuri would be dark and ghost. Oh shit! The type combo that fairy was designed to counter. Interesting, interesting. Yep, I think I agree with the electric type, but I don't know about grass. I'm trying to think, do we have a grass electric type? MC got that normal type Riz. Oh, I know MC would be normal type. Absolutely he would. He would easily be a pure normal type. The type of early game rodent you'd find early in a playthrough. MC would be a rock type because he's dense as fuck. I kicked the lower end of my luggage while on the move to get it into a more ergonomic position. It isn't long until we reach the exit of the airport. The sliding doors let loose a brisk gust of January wind. Wait, hold the phone. Hold the damn phone, game. Hold the damn phone. Hold the damn phone. Hold the damn phone. We got some inconsistencies to talk about here. You can't just go showing me 05/02/2022 on the date on the phone and expect me to believe it's fucking January here. I said it can either be February or it can be May, depending on what way you want to look at the date. 05/02/2022. So make up your damn mind on what month it is, because it is not fucking January based on the calendar on our phone that says otherwise in our messages. So game, nope, no, you don't get to get away with that. As much as I'd love me some January wind, pick a month and stick with it, alright? Pick a time of year and stick with it, alright? So, like I said, I'm telling you right now, unless you are having, like, the driest fucking winter ever. Maybe he's using North Korea time? No, since they have a different calendar. They're in Japan. I don't know why he'd be using North Korea time. I don't know if he's from North Korea. We don't exactly know where our boy came from. Debombre or anyone in chat, enlighten me on the Korean calendar. Like, how does the Korean calendar work? Like, how different is it from the calendar, that, we use over here in the West? Like does 05/02/2022 translate to January in, the Korean calendar? How does that work? Somebody enlighten me on that. That's an EMR date mess up. Like I said, you know, I want to be fair here, but that like I said, that is a glaring ass inconsistency with the date. Because like I said, I had 2 guesses for the month based on what way we were reading it, but yeah, it ain't fucking January, I can tell you that. You haven't earned that yet, game. Hey, how's it going, bruh? Haven't seen you for a hot minute, bruh. It's good to see you again. Calendar starts from one of the years when one of their old rulers were born for some reason. Well, it's North Korea. They do what they want. Yeah, North Korea does what it wants. It hasn't been long since we boarded the airport express train, so much so that a few of us were nearly swept off our feet from the sudden change in motion once the train got going. Must be a bullet train. Right now it's year 113 in there. Maybe we could use type alienation with Yuri's mood. Psychic ghost when she's cool and distant, but psychic dark when she goes insane. That sounds like the kind of thing that Morpeko has with its ability, where every turn it changes type. Like its signature move changes type every turn. You know, just do something like that, but with Yuri's type like every turn or something. That would be a neat ability. I look out the window to watch an ever-increasing density of buildings fly past me. A few minutes pass and this landscape broadens out into the horizon. An endless concrete ecumenopolis caked in gray skies. Or like normal Yuri would have psychic ghosts, but Mega Yuri would be psychic dark. Oh, now we gotta take mega forms into consideration. Oh god. I still gotta play through the Gen 6 games, dude. I have like no experience with megas. I do know that some of them are comically broken, but like I'm not familiar with like all the megas. Mega Doki Evolution. I feel miserable about it, but I try my best to keep a neutral face, constantly reminding myself that it could always be worse. At least there's no graffiti, no assholes doing pull-ups on the handrails in the train, no random puddles like God knows what on the floor. Yeah, I think we would all be better if it stayed ambiguous what that puddle of who knows what is on the floor, because I think deep down we all know what it is, we just don't want to acknowledge it. Ugh. At least it's clean. Maybe when the snow comes around it'll be better. I don't know. I see Monika's head turn towards me in my peripheral vision, dwelling for a few seconds before returning. I'm not sure what he means by it'll be better when this comes around. I'm not sure what he means by that. I don't know what he's referring to. Other than that being some foreshadowing. Based on what I saw in the little teaser I saw in the Foreign Relations server. You think Sarah would be more like an Eevee? Monika. She's been a big help so far. The last thing she taught me was how to buy tickets from the machines. She explained that not every train ride needs tickets, but for this one it needed it. I'm all over the process of buying tickets from these types of stations, ultimately deciding to just go over the video I recorded of Monika pointing out which buttons to press and in what order. All the different colors provide a nice contrast to the litany of Japanese text, lending them a great amount of readability. Yep, so as long as you can, associate it with the right color, then you're fine. Going over the video several times, I pick up on certain bits of kanji that show up a couple of times. feel like I gotta remember them for later, but I know damn well I won't unless I write them down somewhere. So that's what the notebook is for, because we still don't know what this tab down here is for. Monika's dad would be a Houndoom. Dark fire type. Why is that so accurate? Then what about Natsuki? What about Dadsuki? Hey Monika, how long is this train ride?
A little over an hour, I think.
Alright. Took out my notebook and pen from my bag that's in front of my feet. Time spent moving and doing nothing else seems wasteful. That's what we have music for. So I might as well be a little productive. I unfold the table between Monika and I, trying to figure out how and where it's supposed to spin. I unfold the folding table, I should say. Eventually it lies flat above my lap, barely bending from its joint as I place my notebook and phone on top of it. I press play on the video again and pause to a specific point showing a text box with kanji. Try to replicate it as best as I can in my notebook, after which I end it with a dash. Monika, what does this mean?
Purchase, buy, something like that.
The other one?
If it's with the same one, it means the same thing, but on its own, it means enter.
Ah, thanks. Dadsuki would be Dark Fighting, Psychic Steel, or Fighting Steel. Dude, Psychic Steel would actually be pretty good, because that's fucking Metagross and Jirachi's typing. And those things are a fucking menace. Somehow I think Dark Fighting is the most fitting, though. I could see Natsuki's Dadsuki being like a Scrafty. I read out their definitions after their respective dashes, after which I end with another dash. How would you say them?
Buy and enter.
Thanks. I read out how they're said in hiragana after their final dashes. Monika and I continue this back and forth until there's no more video left to analyze. A good chunk of a page in my notebook's got new kanji translations now. Must have doubled the amount of it in the span of a few minutes. I flip through the other pages of my notebook to see how far I've come learning Japanese, feeling somewhat embarrassed at how pell-mell my organization of certain topics are throughout it. That's okay, you'll figure it out later. Especially when I know I'm being watched, and especially because they know how to read both languages in my notebook. Because of this, I make an effort to not cross over the halfway mark of it. Content with my work, I fold the table back into its little crevice and stow my pen and notebook back into my bag. I stretch out before reclining back into my seat.
Ben, do you have any friends back home?
Subtle. I know she didn't mean it like that, so I don't comment on it. However, I still find it pretty funny in my self-depreciating mind. Yep, I like how they're representing the language barrier here, you know, not realizing how fucking mean that comment came off, that question. Like, damn. I like that. Yeah, but they always had to go to some other school or move away. I didn't really keep in contact with many of them afterwards. Poor bastard. There's one guy I've been friends with for quite a while. I remember the original purpose I took that photo for back at the airport, but I gotta send it to him before I hit the hay. I know for a fact he'll attempt an international call over it. Multiple times! I still keep in touch with him. He's been real keen on what I've been up to. What brought this up? Yeah, you think so? Yep.
Oh, it's just that before we went through that video and analyzed it together, you reminded me of a friend we have. The one that didn't come with us to meet with you. She isn't really lively, like those two over there.
She turns her head over to Sayori and Natsuki, both leaning over to their left, drool seeping from the corner of their mouths, the pair out like a light. Dark against Electric is a neutral matchup, you are correct. Neither is super effective or resisted by the other. Bad timing, but point taken.
Anyways, she tends to keep to herself a lot and always looks like she's in deep thought.
I can see the similarities, I guess. She's not one for loud places or crowds either, I assume?
Yeah, hence her absence.
And her English, how much does she know?
Oh, she's quite good, actually. She reads a lot. She has a translated copy of a novel and the original English one side by side while she reads. I would say that she's almost as good as me, but she doesn't really know how to form sentences properly. But she would occasionally say some really long English word that none of us knew, then never explain it.
Monika's dad is a beefy Chad. Dragonfire is more like it than Darkfire, or maybe Dragon Dark. So a high dragon. I guess I could see that. Cause yeah, High Dragon is pretty fierce. I prepare myself to put on the best pirate voice I can muster. Hark! Salvation has come for thee, Winslow! What prompted this?
What?
It means that help is on the way.
Oh.
That sounded funnier in my head. It probably was, so nice try. Nice try, buddy.
Anyways, my point is that she's really shy, but I'm sure she'll open up to you, as she did to everyone else.
I see. Yeah, I've known that for a long time, Cerberus.
I have known German since middle school.
Yes, because their names have, bits of German numerals in them.
Dino, eins. Zweiles, zwei.
High Dragon, drei. I am well aware of that fact. It's very clever. That's why I love the High Dragon line, outside of the fact that they're just really fucking good. Thanks for the heads up. I used the rest of this time to catch up on any sleep I might have missed out on my flight, as I didn't get a chance to grab an energy drink back at the airport. Like, dude, there's a reason I grabbed 2 High Dragons during the time that I could, since they're version exclusive to Scarlet. Otherwise, so I could have a Dragon Terra Raider and a Dark-type Terra Raider out of both of them. Exactly, yeah, that's what makes it so clever. I rest my head farther back into my seat as if to bury it deeper akin to a pillow, though the seat gives only a firm push back against my skull. Closing my eyes, I try to think about nothing. Come on, boy. Make Patrick proud.
Oh, who pinged me?
Oh, the fucking Doom Crossing crossover. Void. Noises all meld together, indecipherable in my current state, with only sudden, slightly louder noises being of note. Moot points over a sea of nothing. Minutes pass as if they were mere moments, fleeting blinks of time. Is this how our brains work when we're asleep, guys? I can feel myself falling. I can feel myself in free fall. Suddenly twitch awake, very much aware of where I am, what I am, who I am.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Though I don't know when I am. What? How long do we have left?
Death comes to us all, some sooner than others.
Close my eyes, partly to process whatever she just said, and to also give them an extra moment's rest. I don't think she read what we were dreaming about the right way. Yeah, well, talk to Team Relations. Because they're the ones behind this mod. The train ride, Monika. How long do we have left to go?
Oh, we're nearly there.
What the fuck, Monika? I open my eyes and look out the window. We're surrounded by residences and apartments now. Nice. Considering restarting your Geometry Dash career so I can tap more into level creation and make a DDLC themed level? Well, you'll have to let me know how that goes. Because something like that might just be what gets me to play Geometry Dash on the channel. I feel the train's slow and gradual deceleration as it nears the station. Commotion growing within the train as passengers gather their things and ready their bags. I ready myself, placing my backpack on my lap. A few moments later, we all stand as I thread my arms through the straps. The rest of the group egress, save for Monika, who takes out my luggage from the overhead storage for me. Thank you. Upcoming Extreme Demon Within by Cerberus and more. Wouldn't that be something? Alright. We've reached our stop. With me being the last one out, we regroup at one of the platforms. Clear skies have driven the dark clouds far away, basking everything in a warm light. I noticed Sarah waving one arm in the air as if she weren't a few meters away from me. I also noticed Natsuki being a little standoffish and anxious looking. Typical Natsuki behavior. Ben! I approach her, the station platform making my luggage rumble with a newfound loudness. Yep, them grooves in the stone. Fuck!
Natsuki wants to ask you a question.
Oh, now that I've gotten a closer look, Suria's smile is just as radiant as her eyes when I relented to her demands over lunch. Settle down, Romeo. Jesus.
Oh? What is it, Natsuki?
Suri turns to face Natsuki, her smile unwavering.
Are you going to stay in the club?
Natsuki seemed hesitant when asking me that question. It is as if she had her reservations or something. I really can't get a read on her. Suppose I have to reassure her of this.
Yes.
All of you have been really helpful. I can learn really well.
Really well in the literature club.
I curse myself for not knowing how to say specifically in Japanese. No matter though, seems the message got through as Natsuki adopts a wry smile, turning her head away to hide it.
Happy now?
Natsuki pouts, eliminating her smile. We all share a chuckle before heading off to the station's exit. We arrive at a crossroads, with Sayori and Natsuki splitting off in the other direction, with Sayori twirling around to give Monika and I a wave.
Bye, you two! Bye, Sayori. Bye, Natsuki.
Goodbye. Natsuki raises an arm and flashes a peace sign, keeping her head and eyes forward. The two groups gain distance from each other, returning to an amicable silence only broken by the nearby city's ambience and my luggage.
You don't talk much, do you?
Well, I thought it was amiable. That's not what my teachers think back home. But yeah, I don't really start conversations. Yep, I can relate to this boy. I am the exact same way. Very rarely do I initiate conversations. Especially over text. Though I do keep them rolling on. That I can do. I just do a lot of observing. But somehow, I do all of that observing and I still do things without an ounce of forethought. Yep. Even now, I just talk and talk. I look at Monika and straight ahead, letting out a small huff. I don't know. Maybe I just like having a friend lend a pair of ears and take what I say to heart. But enough about me. What about you? Excuse my prejudices, but when I saw you, you kind of just struck me as the outgoing type.
Thank you. I guess I do have to keep appearances. I got into being a lot more confident because of all the roles I had to take up over the years. That and I also seem to be quite popular, if that's the word.
A bit up yourself, aren't you? Knock it off. She didn't mean it like that.
People always come up and invite me to all sorts of things. But I wish they didn't.
Why's that?
I don't feel like they actually want to be my friends. Oh, how do I say this? It's all fake.
I see. I decide not to press on. The whole tone of that just teems with baggage that I don't really want to discuss with a person I met mere hours ago. No, that's not the kind of thing you bring up when you've just met somebody. We arrive at a street lined with 2-story houses. I don't think you need the E there. And judging from Monika's fiddling and the jangling emanating from her pockets, I'd say we're nearly there. I take notice of how much more affluent and pristine this neighborhood is compared to the numerous ones we've passed by. Also, that apostrophe is unnecessary. Guess I got lucky. In more ways than one. No. Stop it! Monika puts the keys in the lock. A hefty, crisp click resonates through the front door before swinging it open. Before she swings it open, you should say. I enter through the front door and immediately notice that the rest of the house's floor is raised, apart from a small section of the entrance. Comma after raised. I knew this would happen. So I rid myself of my bag and pull out my pair of slippers that's been stowed and marinating ever since I packed for this trip. Hey! Huh. I take off my shoes and push them off against the Genkin step. Something on your mind?
Oh, nothing. I just thought I had to remind you.
What? This? They taught us manners in Japanese class back home. Wish they did in every class, to be honest. As I say this, I lift up my luggage to clear the step, only to hit it on the way up. God damn it, boy. Hey, that's my line. I look at the edge of the step to see if it left any marks. Any damage I do see is way out on the other side, giving a sigh of relief to myself. I grab the side handle to hopefully avoid future collisions and create a pigsty out of my host's house. Going up the stairs was less daunting than I would have thought, as keeping left whilst going up seemed to have mitigated any chance of leaving god-awful black streaks against the pristine white walls. Probably a good idea, otherwise you would be in deep shit.
That door there is your room. The door at the very end is the bathroom.
Okay.
We'll be heading out soon, so just put away your things in your room for now. I'll go get changed.
I give her a nod and approach my room. This room looks pretty lived in. Comma inside the quotations. There's all sorts of books on this bookshelf, as well as a desk with a keyboard on it. I take a closer look around the desk. Looks like there isn't an actual computer there, nor a monitor or mouse. Nope, apparently it's just a keyboard that you can plug into your own computer. I remember doing that. Also, Savdra. Hope it's alright if I call you that. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong, by the way. You mean this Monika? Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you. So, I guess they... Wait. Nor a monitor or mouse?
Then what does this look like? Game, I think you missed something.
Strange. I put down my luggage as well as my resting my bag against the bed. Having freed myself from the weight of my effects, I stretch out and yawn, only to collapse onto my bed. Must have lucked out or something. This bed's a double. Taking advantage of this fact, I stretch out as much as humanly possible, feeling every single joint and tendon of my body release tension. A swift and heavy bout of fatigue sets in, and I close my eyes. Ugh. It's only been a minute and I feel rejuvenated already. But I don't want to get up. Nobody wants to get up from a bed this comfy. I just want to lay here until the sun comes down and back up again. Sun goes down? You mean? He closed his eyes so he'll be here soon. I guess we'll find out. I guess I'll get on my phone and doom scroll for a bit. No connection. Ah, shit. I forgot to ask. And remember, he doesn't have data because he doesn't have a SIM card yet. That reminds me, I need to get a SIM card too. Yep, exactly. Guess I'll snatch one while Monika and I are out for errands. I get back up on my feet and put on flip-flops. I had my hands close enough to my room's door handle that I was a fingertip's length away until it jolted open. Hey! I tracked my hand so as not to get slammed by an untimely visitor.
Whoa! Sorry!
Nice hoodie. I like it. I noticed Monika's change in attire, donning a faded green hoodie. Alright, sounds good, Zach. Have a good one. Is she slumming it with me? You're all good. Besides, I wanted to ask you for the Wi-Fi password. And the white skirt's a nice touch, too.
Oh, right, it's 1995.
I pull out my phone, going to the nearest network and punching in the numbers. So that's the Stegosaurus hoodie. That's free to use with credit. Nice. 1995. Is it a birth date or something?
No, it's
I noticed Monika's face display a slight sadness, eyes dropping down to the floor. My mind conjures up the worst assumptions as to what this date could possibly mean. Maybe let's not talk about that. I really don't want to pry into the death of a loved one, especially on the first day. I think we can all agree this is a little taboo. Why is she in his house? You mean, why is he in her house? Or at least, that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. I'd rather prepare for the worst. The fuck do I mean, her house?
She welcomed us to her house.
You must have missed that part. It's okay. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
okay.
Yeah, that just killed the mood. Then why are we here? Because we are dropping off our stuff. We are getting settled in. Because Monika is our host while we are overseas. While we are transferred over to Japan. That's why. Shall they get going? Monika, without a signal, turns around and heads out the door, her footsteps echoing off of the corridor walls. I really hope I didn't strike a nerve. Ben, we're going. Okay. Hope to God the change in her tone means we set things straight. I think we'd rather just forget that happened. The sun's close to setting, with its orange light casting stretched sharp shadows on every surface beneath a warmly lit layer of clouds. Nice. Its radiance providing a smidgen of heat as the narrow streets funnel in wind that would chill Monika and I to the bone if it weren't for our hoodies. January. Monika's just a few meters in front of me when another breeze hits. A moment passes before a thought crosses my mind. Isn't Monika cold? I don't think skirts offer much in the way of warmth, yet I saw damn near every woman wearing one in this weather. How do they do it? Another gust of wind barrels down to the two of us, Monika's skirt going haywire. Like I said, it must be a pretty warm winter so far. If it's January right now in-game. I panic, briefly running ahead until I'm shoulder to shoulder with Monika. I don't have an issue being seen as reclusive or anything, but I really don't want to be taken as some lecherous bastard. Oh, you took a peek, didn't you? God damn it! God damn it, woman! As much as I dislike her putting on that dumb, smug smile, it's at least comfort in the fact that whatever happened back at my room is water under the bridge now. I think a comma is in order here before dumb. I looked away as soon as it started flapping, I swear.
Whatever you say, boy.
I chuckle and give Monika a little smile, shaking my head to acknowledge her doubts. We soon arrive at a supermarket, its artificial light piercing my eyes as dusk approached not far behind us. Centralized heating provides much needed warmth to my hands and face. Yeah, this is why we have this magical thing called
gloves.
Any longer outside and I could have sworn they would have rotted off. Yeah, you have this thing called, you know, a hood on your hoodie, right? That's why they call it a hoodie. So, you know, why don't you use that? I swear, people are such dipshits to this sometimes. Like, I can't help but point this stuff out because I've lived in bloody Minnesota for 25 years. I've been through a lot of cold-ass winters. You don't take the cold lightly, alright? You know, if you gotta go any, significant stretch, you know, if you gotta go any, significant distance to get somewhere when it's that time of year, you don't fuck around. I tune out everything to focus on the main reason why I'm here. Anything tech-related should point me in the right direction. Hey! Mobile phone section! There's gotta be some mobile plan here somewhere. I beeline over to it. Bingo! Helps to have SIM emblazoned everywhere on a portion of your store. Also, casual aperture reference is casual. I browsed through the options, a wide range of data plans organized by length. I remember this scene from the demo, the original demo. 1 year plan. This one seems like the most value for money. And it's perfect because you're only going to be here for a year. Plus, I'm only here for a year anyway. I grab it and head to the counter. Hi. Welcome. Is this all? Yeah. Open wallet and take out my card, paying for my expenses. You wouldn't happen to be with her, would you? Hello? Also, why does it look like we're in a grocery store suddenly? Like, seriously, why am I looking at what looks like a meat rack and a fucking, like, toasting rack where they've got, like, a bunch of buns and shit? And I swear, those are all, like, narcotic. Like, fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Ciggies. Back there. Like, bruh, is this a grocery store, a gas station, or a tech shop? Make up your damn mind. The cashier points behind me to a sight of Monika with quite a sour look on her face. Yeah, you kinda did just run off for no reason without telling her. I'm a bit startled by the cashier's sudden English skills. That and the equivalent of death staring me down. Oh, yeah. I have learned one thing about this woman over the last few years.
You don't want to make her angry.
The brief beep of the card reader confirms my purchase. The cashier laughs, as if he knows I'm about to be in some serious shit when I return to my acquaintance. Never make a woman mad, kid. Have a nice night. You too. I walk away from the counter towards Monika, curious as to why I'm about to get chewed out. I remember this scene very fondly from the demo. The original demo, I mean, not this one. What's up?
Well, first off, I was halfway through asking you a question, only to see that you ran off. Secondly, you're my responsibility. How would it look if I just happened to lose a transfer student from another country?
Oh. That's so rich, dude. That is such a self-depreciating line. It's amazing. I didn't know I mattered that much. That is a highlight-worthy line right there. That is a fuck. That line deserves an award. I need to diffuse this. Monika's the last person I need to be on bad terms with. You know, because, you know, we're going to be living with her for the next year. I see. I'm sorry for running off from you. I just had to run an errand of my own. I should have mentioned that earlier, so I'm sorry. She's not buying it. If disappointment was a cent, comma, then I'd be gasping for fresh air right now. Oh, think, damn it. Think! That shit. Deskika's desk fell over again. I'm gonna work on this while I keep reading here. Because seriously, that desk falls over so much, it's not even funny. I gotta try and, like, scoot her further back. I present her with the SIM card I just got. Hey, if you ever lose me, you can call me now. You got a hairpin handy? Monika smacks her lips, an arm extending out a pocket into a pocket to retrieve a hairpin. This man is not Tangito. I don't know who that is. So, enlighten me, if you could. Does this bend any further? It does. I thought it did. So that might be what I need here. If it will work, that is. Yes! Splendid. Now our desk has much more room to sit. So it shouldn't fall over so much. Of course, it's still probably going to fall over from me slamming my desk. But, you know, small victories. Tangito is the main protagonist of the Demon Slayer anime. Yeah, see, I'm not familiar with a whole lot of anime.
What a pain.
I opened my mouth only to close it again. I feared I might have said something without thinking it through. Taking the hairpin out of her hands, comma, I poke it into the hole of the side of my phone to open the SIM card tray, replacing my old one with the new one. Closing the tray, I turn on my phone to configure it, noticing Monika's repositioned herself to be right by my side, peering down at my phone. Yes? Can I help you? Show me your number. I want to test if it works. I swear, there's got to be 5 stages of disappointment, and Monika's going through the not-so-passive-aggressive phase. I go over to my contact list and show her the number of my phone. After a few moments of glancing back and forth from hers to mine, my phone vibrates from an incoming call. Sweet, so... Hey! She tugs me by my hoodie's arm, clearly in a rush to get her stuff done, too. She turns her head to me, a devious smile signifying that a cathartic comeback is in order.
I've got plans for you, boy.
Oh my god. When she says that to you with that face, there's only one of 2 possibilities. It means you're in for the best night of your life, or it means you are in deep shit. Oh my fucking god. That's incredible. Ah, shit. For the past 15 minutes, I've been lugging around groceries as some sort of repentance for my little stunt. It isn't too bad. Also, holy shit, stuff we actually carry. Like, this is actually real shit. If I have to go on another 15 minutes, my arms are gonna give in. This is why we have this magical thing called a,
basket.
Maybe you should have grabbed one of them. Monika tosses a packet of bullion cubes into one of the shopping baskets I'm carrying before turning to me. Oh, so you do have one. Good.
Okay, we're done.
Hallelujah! How she manages a wide range of expressions and tones with a smile is beyond me. Having put down the baskets, I pull up my phone, giving my arms a brief moment to stretch out.
Could you help?
In a sec. Saving your number to my contacts. Let's see here. Contacts. Most recent. 1 missed call, unknown number. Save contact. Enter contact name. Oh, the best reference in the mod is about to happen. If they kept it, that is. Save contact name. Monika! Yes! Yes, dude! That is the best reference in the entire mod, and you can't tell me otherwise. Woo! Save contact name. Munker. I see that face, you know. I realize you are not impressed. I don't care, though. I fucking love me the Munkers. What is Munker even about again? I don't know. Take it up with, Ami. Help Ami. I think they just get up to goofy hijinks. They're like adorable versions of the Chibis, as if they weren't adorable enough already. I put my phone back in my pocket and start stowing the groceries into bags. Monika and I start heading through the same streets as before. Yeah, it should be even colder now that it's night. Mercifully, the wind has died down to a few gusts here and there. But yeah, still the sun going down drops the temperature quite a bit, especially this time of year. Would have sucked since it's gotten a lot colder now with the sun ducking well below the horizon.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? For what?
I shouldn't have shouted at like that back. I shouldn't have shouted like that at you back there.
No, you were completely justified. It's fine, really. I wasn't really paying attention. Put my needs above yours, which was rude to begin with. Comma.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have been angry at you as much as I was. It was
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Aha! An opening! Look, we're both sorry, so I strain one of my arms to give Monika a shopping bag. Let's spread out the punishment. She takes the bag. Sweet! Monika liked that. Notebook has changed. And finally, we have access to the notebook. This was not a feature we had access to last time. So now we can see the notebook. So this is a new feature. Why are they numbered 1, 2, 3, 4? So we done got this here. Is this mod gonna be some snafu type shit? Okay, is that what I'm seeing here? Is this gonna be like some My Doki Doki snafu shit? Probably loves me as a friend, of course. This is neat. Yeah, I don't think this was a feature last time. I think this is new. So yeah, definitely shows some promise. Now, I didn't really take the stats and shit too seriously when I played through Snafu, and my playthrough ended up really boring as a result. The two of us walked the rest of the way back home in a reconciled silence. The city's hustle and bustle only growing in strength due to it being a Friday night. The occasional rustle from the bags in our footsteps being a source of solace in this quietness. We're home! Welcome back! A voice I haven't heard before emanates somewhere inside the house as we make our entrance, catching me a little off guard. A moment later, a woman rounds the corner, jolting a little upon seeing me. Oh, hello! Yeah, hello again. Hi, good evening. You the new transfer student? Yes, I assume you're Miss Stark? Indeed, though no need to be all proper. You can call me Harumi. I gave her the best reassuring smile that I can. Period. I'm assuming she's the one that taught Monika English during her formative years. As you wish, Harumi. She shoots Monika a befuddled glance, only replying with a faint chuckle. Looks like I guessed wrong. Whoops. Redundant, much redundant?
Anyways, I'll take it from here.
Monika and I glanced at each other, mirroring amused smiles between us before handing Harumi the groceries.
Now run along, you two. I'll be ready in an hour. Okay. She doesn't scare you, does she?
No, it's just meeting new people that I'll be interacting with for a while just gets me all anxious. Like, I have to really focus on what I do. I really don't want to mess up any first impressions. Hell, I just had one with your mom back there.
Oh, it's fine. She's actually been really keen on having a transfer student over, ever since she heard the news you were coming. I think a part of that was having someone that regularly spoke English around the house other than Dad was a pretty good plan.
Oh, right. I was about to ask you that.
On what?
On who taught English. On who taught you English. Gotta say, you're really fluent in it. I'm guessing your dad taught you?
Yeah, he did. Well, not really. It's that thing where parents talk and their kid listens and they just learn off them while they talk. I was like that with Dad in English. It's only when I was around 12 he started to teach me proper grammar and stuff.
Huh. Where is he now, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, he's a diplomat for a Japanese embassy overseas. He can't really come home much because of it.
That's a shame. Though I would imagine he would be downright ecstatic hearing the news of you following in his footsteps, taking up this transfer student and all.
Oh, absolutely he would. Anyways, I'm off to take a shower. By the time you finish after me, dinner should be ready.
Alright then, see you in a bit. Dinner was great. Some sort of onion soup with a bready crust on top. I should say first...
Several hours later.
We talked about the usual introductory stuff, like what I'll be doing for the year, how I got here, what I'm supposed to do, and so on, as well as the mildly surprising fact that I am indeed a guy. Though stuff like that always leads to the why of it all. Why I'm here in the first place. I gave Harumi the same bullshit cover story I gave everyone, language enrichment program. I really can't complain. Everyone and everything has been amazing. Comma, save for a few hiccups here and there. Kinda starting to like it here, to be honest. Bit early for that kind of conclusion, but a strong start nonetheless. I start comparing things from here to back home. What's the real reason? I don't know. We don't know his motivation yet. Though I think, from the release page, we have a few guesses. The thought of home reminds me something I'd reserved until now. I grab my phone off the bedside table, turning it away so I don't get concussed by the sudden brightness when I press the power button. JJ, send attachment. Photos. There it is. Send one image. Sent. And now, we wait. Notification settings. Do not disturb. Kind of reminds you of the building time theme. The pitch black darkness of my room doesn't hide the fact that I can feel myself smiling ear to ear like an idiot. I put my phone down back on the table, the case clacking against the hardwood top panel. Feel myself drifting off into a deep slumber. Ah, what a day. Go, that's the guy. I run as fast as I possibly could. The walls either side of me a mere blur, with only what's directly in front of me in full focus. I think they lost sight of me. Oi! Fuck's sake! I turn corner after corner, broadening the gap between me and whoever those guys are. A familiar face presents itself just in time in my peripheral vision through a window. His figure rushing to the door I'm just about to pass. The door opens. Here, bro. I got you. You mean bruv? He grabs my arm and swings me inside. JJ and I hide beneath some tables, hoping the angles from the outside won't reveal us. A broad gasp stifle my efforts to get a few words out until I get just enough air to say what I want to say. Thanks for the save. What the fuck's wrong with you, bruv? I really can't say. I do nothing but stare, my panting being enough to constitute a noise complaint. I'd love to answer him, but I can't think right now. I'm too out of breath for this. I know that they know where we are. Doors on both sides of the room burst open. Duh! I've woken up in a cold sweat. My face and back are all chilly because of it. My heart's practically pounding out of my chest. I see a little bit of the sun's light refracting off some clouds and into the curtains. It hasn't risen above the horizon yet. He stole the cartel's crack. I would love to know the details of that dream. It's gotta be early in the morning, I guess. I pick up my phone to see exactly how early I've been rudely woken up.
5:13 a.m.
Huh. 6-ish hours of sleep doesn't sound too bad. Or he's the enemy of the state. Either one. But 6 hours is about my average amount of hours of sleep. Maybe I can get a run in before anyone else gets up. It's a little chilly out there. I'll wear an extra layer under my tee before putting on a fresh pullover hoodie. I'd browse the local area to see if there's any interesting spots I can run off to this morning. Breakfast isn't really much, just an apple, mandarin, and a glass of water for the cotton mouth I've gained last night. I spot an interesting little place nearby, maybe 10 minutes away, less if I really hoof it. A park on a weekend will probably be packed, but it's early in the morning. There should only be a few joggers doing their rounds, including me, I guess. Right, then it's settled. I download a map for the local area, just in case. What could possibly go wrong? I hop off one of the dining chairs and make my way to the entrance. Neither Monika or Harumi bothered giving me a spare key, so their front door is unlocked. Yep.
What could possibly go wrong?
Ah well, you live and learn. I have taken a seat at one of the benches in the park, sucking up the cold winter air after my little jog. The sun came up while I was on my way here, unimpeded by any stray clouds and letting its warmth grace my face. Yeah, you got some splaining to do, game. This park's got something to it. The lack of people, sunlight peeking through the tree canopies, the gentle nippy wind. They all come together to give off a certain air of tranquility that I don't think I've ever experienced before. Really? I think I'll rest here for a little longer. Oh, another person. Looks like somebody else is out for a jog. As soon as I spot this figure in the distance, the wind picks up. Something I've already grown accustomed to yesterday. Doesn't mean I like it, though. I like me a cold gust of wind, dude. As long as it's not, like, overbearing, it's really, it feels really nice, especially, if you're sitting in the house and it's hot. That might just be me, though, because, as you guys might know, I do not exactly get along with heat. Pull my phone out, check any messages I may have gotten overnight before I run back home. Do not disturb. Off. A flurry of texts gushes out from the top of my phone screen. Mom, 1 notification. Did you land safely? Alright, now we can do our little test. I ponder for a bit on what to say before deciding on the most expedient approach and just to send her a photo a photo I took at the airport. Send attachment, photos, send 1 image, sent. Right, next one. JJ, 24 notifications. Holy shit. Ayo, bro, nah. Ayo, bro, nah. 22 missed calls. Yeah, no, I don't really feel like talking to him about what happened yesterday. Not yet, at least. That jogger's coming in my direction. They've got an arm outstretched in front of them. Place your bets now. Who's it gonna be? Awfully strange way to jog, but I'm not one to get in the way of people's grinds. Wait a second. Munker, 1 notification. Where the hell did you go? Oh shit. She sent that like a minute ago. How did I know? How did I know, guys? Yeah, that was a terrible idea to just run off like that again. He clearly learned nothing from yesterday. Hold up. Let me try this now. Outside. No shit.
I know that. Where exactly did you go? And why did you leave the front door unlocked?
A park. Wow, real helpful. You didn't give me a spare key. Look, I know you're worried. I'll get back home right now. The lack of messages does not bode well. Yes, because you have clearly learned nothing from yesterday, my friend. I won't get hurt, I promise. It's about as reassuring as I can get. Having a distance between Monika and I with no direct line of sight doesn't shake the fact that I can practically feel her disappointment. If only there was a way to properly convey... Yeah, that. I was wondering why that was in the game files when I was making the thumbnail. Now I know. There we go.
Just get back here.
See you in a jiffy. I stand up from the bench, sliding my phone back into my pocket before running back the way I came at the behest of my ever so gracious host. It is a fat ass emoji. I do some stretches before getting back into the groove of things. I pick up speed, not caring for anything on either side of me. There weren't many people at the park to pose that much of a risk bumping into each other anyhow. There's an intersection at the path in front of me. No time for caution. Nice going, dipshit. Feel my body get hit with a sudden force to my side, toppling me over and landing on my back. You're just lucky that wasn't a car. The impact knocks the wind out of my lungs as the pain settles in. Ah! Takes me a few seconds to recompose myself and sit straight back up, my arms doing most of the lifting. I notice one of my hands landing on a piece of laminated paper on the ground. I don't have a moment to analyze what it says as I look up to notice a woman staring down at me with shock in her eyes. They dart between me and the laminated paper for a few seconds. I stand back up, strainfully on account of the unscheduled chiropractic session. She's still doing it. Don't look at it. Does she want it? What do you think? I extend her the paper, noticing it's been slightly crumpled.
Sorry.
She gives a swift bow before running off in the complete opposite direction, long locks of lavender flowing behind her. All words escape me in this situation. Left standing there with a sore back and whatever this is. I inspect the laminated paper. Didn't you give that back to her, though? Oh, no, I guess she didn't take it. Kuribayashi High Library, Heights of Art and Culture. Huh. This has to be some sort of bookmark. From the school I'm going to, no less. I'll keep it on me for now. Chances are I'll probably see her again. Suppose this landing is fate telling me to return home. You don't say! That less than gracious landing on the concrete is really doing a toll on my back. I don't think I can hide this from Monika and Harumi. And I reassured Monika something specifically like this wouldn't happen. Yep, Murphy's Law in action, ladies and gentlemen. Murphy's Law in action. Go me, I guess. I have to suck it up and power through. Would have dared disobey my handler. Again, period inside the quotations, not outside. That sounded weird. You don't say. As I get closer to home, literally walking off the pain, an idea struck me. What if I had more autonomy? I get the feeling that Her Majesty would detest such a notion. Plus, I'm not in much of a good bargaining position, having just broken a promise of self-preservation. Yeah, you really don't have a whole lot of arguing room here. I've been there, DeBombre. But if you have to be up later, you should try to get some sleep. Ah, well, I'll bring it up later. I get to the front door, letting myself in as it's still unlocked when I left this morning. I'm home. Oh. I abruptly stop myself as I'm greeted by Harumi. Good morning. Good morning, Ben. It's awfully cold out there. Where did you run off to? Sure didn't look it if that's the case. To the park. Sorry for leaving the front door open. Can see her doing an ocular pat down on me. Shit. It's quite alright. Monika told me why. There's a spare key on the hall table for you, should you need it. Okay. Thank you, Harumi. You're welcome, Ben. If everything goes well, I'll be back home around the same time as last night. Harumi passes by me. Try to be more careful next time, okay? Yes, ma'am. Oh, seriously? Now my mouth's moving faster than my brain. Harumi shuts the front door, her silhouette gravitating towards the car. I turn around back to a familiar sight. Hello. A disgruntled Monika. Yeah, you really aren't making this easy on her, are ya? Yeah, I can't really run away from this one. You're right, she does scare me.
Maybe it'll teach you to know your place.
What, house arrest?
Hey!
Sorry, Monika, but that's what it kind of feels like. That's a bit, I think you're jumping to the worst case scenario, buddy. I appreciate you looking out for me and all, but having me all cooped up is a bit much.
Right. And what's this about you being more careful next time?
Oh, that was... yeah...
Honestly, Ben, I just wish you would have told me beforehand where you were going before you left.
Yeah, you could have at least done that. Sent a text, for fuck's sake. My god, dude. It's literally all you had to do and you would have been fine, but no, you had to do this.
That way I could have dragged you all the way back home myself. But in the meantime, stay in the house from here. Stay in the house, okay? I can tell you're hurting from here.
As soon as she mentions it, the dull pain in my back grows a little more. Fair. Spent the better part of the day on my laptop after getting the last bits of my stuff in their places. The rest of my clothes, electronics, gizmos, and doohickeys. I'm on my bed, halfway through a season of some dated sci-fi show I pirated, trying to ease the pain. Man, in retrospect, this is some really thinly veiled propaganda. These guys always seem to be in the right. I'm interrupted from my train of thought as I get a notification from JJ. Yo! Wanna play? Sure. I ain't got anything better to do. Aight. Hop in VC. Da-ding! Da-ding! Connected. We really need some sound effects here, dude. Good evening. Sup, cuz? Wanna tell me about what's going on with those girls, bud? Ah, shit. Dude, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. They're complete strangers. We don't even speak the same language. Bruv, you're gonna be hanging out with them day after day. They won't be strangers for long. He's got a point, comma, but I'm not gonna concede and give him ground. They're even your age. You won't have to fumble like you did with Miss Vandecap. Oh, fuck off, dude. Never speak of that absolute withering prune of a teacher.
Ever.
Look, man, can we just play? Been bored out of my mind for the last few hours. Aight, fam, settle. Aight, I got that one. Okay, the other one's glued to me. You got this. Yeah, coming. I'm on him. Hurry, dude, he's about to blow me.
Wording.
Yeah, just wait, dude. Calm. Already here. A few tense seconds pass, hearing the last enemy jet howl closer and closer. Just as the bandit's about to get a missile off, JJ lets loose a burst of cannon fire, blowing up the assailant. The game ends with JJ's plan in mind flying in formation, touting the victors of the match. Let's go! Whew, that was intense. Bro, I'm almost out of storage. I recorded the whole damn thing. Really? Fuck yeah. Oh man, what a dub. With that, I gotta call it. I don't want to end the night on a loss. Alright, bud. Catch you later. Wait, shit. Actually, JJ turns on his webcam feed, prompting me to do the same. He's out of view with his upper torso leaning aggressively to grab something that's far from where he's sitting. He returns with a CD in hand, text written in a black Sharpie on the cover side, unintelligible from the camera not being in focus. Ugh. What? Did you always look like that? Like what? Never mind. He furrows his eyebrows and squints. The fuck? You in bed right now? Yeah, fucked up my back this morning. It's been sore ever since. Cuz, not 1 week and you already fucked yourself. Old habits die hard. That's a quote I live by. Bruv, you gon' die hard at that rate. JJ's keeping it real here. I like this guy. I roll my eyes at him. Whatever, dude. JJ then presents the CD, front and center in the camera's view. Do you know what this says? You speak Japanese, yeah? Can speak it for sure. Reading though? Not so much. Bring it closer. The camera now autofocuses on the CD, the text being more readable now. I take a screenshot of JJ's camera feed. You can stop holding it now. The text is mostly a mishmash of kanji, with only a few bits of hiragana here and there. The only kanji I know in there is God, but everything else is a wash. God. That gives me some ideas. What does it say? No clue, dude. It might as well be Chinese. Oh shit, so it is Japanese. Yeah. Where the fuck did you find that? It's on the ground on the way to school. This sounds like the introduction to some creepypasta shit, not gonna lie. I'm so glad we're video chatting. I can convey so much more emotions through facial expressions. I call this one unbridled disappointment. Period inside the quotations. What? Has no one taught you not to put random CDs and USBs you found on the ground somewhere into your PC? Chill, cuz. Smarter than that. Uh-huh. I really want to see what's on it. And? What do you want me to do? I don't know, bruv. Give me a solution. Dude, have you ever heard about curiosity killing the cat? Bruv, it can't be that bad. I am not going to convince this man to not look at it. Alright, let me think. This magical thing called
A virtual machine.
Does the school library PCs have CD readers? Pretty sure. They haven't updated their shit since 2000s though. Ah, Sticky Sarah. Yeah, cuz, Sticky Sarah. Alright, if you're still curious, you should open it there. If it starts making the PC all sentient and shit with malware and viruses, hold down the power button until it shuts off and walk away. Remember what happened during the sports carnival? No? Remember when that marquee fell on top of pretty much all the heads of the upper management of the school? Oh shit! I shouldn't laugh at that, but that sounds funny. That sounds like that's a day everybody who was there is going to remember for the rest of their lives. When you were fucking with it too much. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Yeah. Remember what I said to them to bail you out? Yeah. It was like that when I got here. If some shit goes down with the PC and someone catches you making a break for it, just say those magic words. The door to my room slowly opens, with Monika's head slowly poking out of it. Oh, hey Monika. Well, you look happy. What's the deal with you? The fuck? Who's Monika? My parole officer, apparently. I see her pout from across the room.
I heard some suspicious things and I was curious.
Did you now?
Uh-huh. First off, what's this about someone blowing you? And who's Sarah?
God damn it. I told you to watch your wording, you dipshit. Oh god, I can tell they're gonna have fun. Living with each other, if this is how it's gonna be. This is just gonna be like a sibling relationship, isn't it? God damn it, Monika. That's need to know. Want to say hi to the guy who apparently has a higher body count than Stalin? Monika makes her way over to me, getting on the bed and sitting next to me against the headboard. I pull up my headphones from the jack so both of us can hear JJ, and I make sure she's in frame, too.
Hi, my name's Monika. I'll be hosting Ben until December.
Makes sense. Hi. My name's Jadu. Oh my god, he's red as a tomato. Of course he is. Because he's stunned. It's like, shit, you're staying with her? Fuck. Jadu. Jamshidi. I can't stop grinning like an idiot. Shut up. What? I didn't even say anything. Me and Monika share a laugh at his expense. This is great. Hey JJ, this is a perfect opportunity to practice some of that Japanese you've learned in anime. Try introducing yourself. Good morning. My name's Jadu. Nice to meet you. My smile's still plastered on from all the embarrassment coming through the screen.
Very good.
Very good, very good. You're almost naturalized, JJ. Really? No. Damn. A moment passes with JJ staring into his screen, eyes darting left and right, getting a good look at me and Monika. So let me get this straight. You, right now, are living with Monika. Uh-huh. And the school's just fine with this? Why wouldn't they be? Bruv, come on. I seriously don't know what you're on about. I totally know what he's on about. We're just playing along because that's more fun. Bruv, please. Please what? Can't just ask them for another host. They've dug their heels on this one. You and I should know how final our school is on these things. Besides, this place is actually pretty nice. Ugh, excuse me. Way better than home. That ain't saying much, bruv. Yeah, I know. There's parents around this time, at least. Well, parent. Nice. They're good to you? Yeah. A little on the scary side, though. Like Vanda Cap? I thought we reached an agreement never to speak of her, but yeah. It's a little less scary because she... No. You are not about to call Harumi hot while Monika's right next to you. She what? Also, I don't remember agreeing to shit, bruv. Not until you saved me one. This fucking guy. Anyways, I don't know about you, but it's getting late over here. Oh, word. I was getting ready for school. This was cooked. Sure was. Message you whenever I'm free if you're down to play again. I'll let you know. See ya. Boop, boop, boop. I keep my eyes on the screen. Ooh, we like to. I shut my laptop and closed the lid, setting it aside. What? Kidding. He gets flustered whenever a girl talks to him. Wish it weren't the case, though. Poor guy.
Sounds more like you, really.
I turn and give Monika an eyebrow, only to realize how close we've gotten. My face grows hotter. Whoa. I recoil away from her, getting off the bed to get a good distance away. Now I get why JJ asked me that. Yeah, as if it wasn't obvious. Never getting in the same bed as Monika. That shit almost killed me.
I was gonna ask you if your back's fine to walk tomorrow, but it looks like that answers that.
I stretch out, having just laid bedridden for the last several hours. Oh, that's good. Still kinda there, but I should be fine in the morning. Why do you ask?
I'm going to the mall to meet up with Natsuki and Sayori.
And you want me to tag along so I don't go running off without you knowing? Monika ponders this for a fleeting moment.
Yes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times,
Okay, you're officially that guy. Yeah, you know the guy. Guy on Central Street. Hey, I just said that.
fool me 3 times, I'm,
Question mark.
a dumbass.
No, I don't think that's how it works. I believe it goes... Fool me 3 times? Okay, you're officially that guy. Monika and I laugh. Hearing her swear in English just cracks me up for some reason. I guess it would. She glances back and forth from my laptop to me.
So do you have any other hobbies other than gaming and shouting your lungs out?
Hey! My brain does a hard reset as I just proved her point. Have you know my other hobbies include tinkering with electronics, snooping around, and arts and crafts.
Oh, like making posters and decorations?
Oh, nah, just making things. But I could make a few paper cranes if need be.
They'll definitely help during the festival.
Is that an observation or a demand?
I don't know. Which do you prefer?
She gets up from the bed, dusting herself off. I'm not that crusty, am I?
Well, whatever skills you may have, I'm sure they'll be a big help for us.
Here's hoping. You mentioned a festival? What does that entail?
It's where all the clubs show what they do. It's to help get new members. We had one last year, but Didn't work out too well. Still, I do want to host another event, though I doubt the others would want to. I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. Hoping there's something you could do so we don't. Now that the club's been brought up, I feel like, first of all, I feel like I'm a little out of my depth in terms of selling the concept to other students. We'll see. I decided to get back at Monika for spooking me just then. Now, unless you're planning to get changed inside my room and sleep with me, the door's right behind you. Yeah, that's right. Blush. Oh, right. Good night, Ben. Night. Turn off the lights on your way out, please. And the lights are off. Thank you. The background's been dark the whole time, so we need a transition there. I lay back down on my bed, pulling the covers over me. Man, I've been up since 5. I haven't done much today. I still haven't convinced Monika to let me off the hook. I wonder if sucking up to her would be the call here. I mean, you can't go wrong. I'll put together a prompt position. My obedience for the day for my emancipation. Sounds foolproof. I let the fatigue sink me deeper into sleep. Yeah, just sleep, bruv. More dreams, huh? Kara and JJ are off a good 10 meters away from me, trowels picking clumps of earth away to fashion our makeshift, defilade? Defilade? I've literally never heard of that word in my life. I gotta Google this. Protection of a position, vehicle, or troops against enemy observation or gunfire. Huh. Wouldn't have guessed that, although we did just, hear they were gaming, so I guess it makes sense. Man, is this deep enough? Her outside voice echoes off of the trees around us. You think it can fit all 3 of us in there? I hear a racket of jackets ruffling against each other and dirt being readjusted. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, if you're ready, then I'm ready. Just about finished here, too. I do up the last connections to ground on the screw terminals, my fingers working at a reduced pace on account of the cold weather. I double-check every single component before flipping the arming switch. We are alive. I excitedly jog back to the mini trench, gingerly holding the detonator. I jump into space between Kara and JJ. Also, I totally missed an opportunity to do a My Line joke. Because I say that every time the preview for the stream goes live. I jump into space between Kara and Kara and JJ, lining the opposite sides of the trench. The earthy smell of the soil fills my sinuses. Give them both a look of unadulterated giddiness before holding the detonator with both hands. JJ's somewhat neutral, but Kara is all clumped up like a pill bug with her fingers in her ears. Fire in the hole! JJ quickly mimics Kara, hands quickly going to the sides of his head. Kaboom. The boom from my little weaponized milk carton envelops the entirety of my body and hearing, a clear thump reverberating in my chest. 3 canopies in our immediate surroundings rustle as the shockwave travels out in the forest we conducted our little experiment in. Everything goes quiet due to my temporary bout of deafness, adding to the eerie atmosphere that the fog helped set up. All 3 of us arise from the trench to inspect what my bomb did. Did little to nothing. Just a small pancake-sized crater on the ground, with all the leaves around it swept away from the source of the explosion. I pat myself down in case there were any stray bits of shrapnel or wood that may have grazed me anywhere. You guys good? Did you get hit anywhere? I can only hear the bassy parts of my voice. Listening to everything else is like trying to hear through some thick pillows. Yeah, I've had days like that. Those are no fun. I see Kara and JJ check themselves for saying some things to me. Reassuring nods are given out to clear up any misunderstandings. The both of them continue to converse with each other. The tone of their voices carry a hint of panic. I have never pondered that question in my life, DeBombre. And I think that's how we know we're in the late part of the night, because now we're asking the stoner questions. The questions that really matter. The real questions.
I've never really thought about it like that. I guess it's about the ensuing police response, but I'm not too concerned with that. I spot a white bit of shrapnel embedded in the trunk of a nearby tree. Getting a closer look, I soon find out it's a piece of plastic from the milk carton that was a thing a minute ago. I pull out the piece of plastic, surprised by the amount of force needed to pull it out. Inspecting it, I notice Kara sweeping the blast site, with JJ putting the dirt pile defilade back in the trench.
I catch a glimpse of her pointing upwards. Not even a chance shows itself for me to look up as I'm hit in the back of the head from a falling branch. I'm knocked out onto the ground, feeling the thumps of someone coming to my aid. I can hear it's Kara, and I can hear her calling out my name. She grabs hold of my upper arm. Shaking me won't make me any less knocked out.
Ben? Wake up, sleepyhead.
Monika relentlessly shakes me awake until I give a sign of consciousness. Like groggily trying to attain full alertness, but everything's too comfortable and cozy. Z. I try opening my eyes only for them to fall shut again. Maybe I'll wake up one sense at a time, starting with hearing. Sleepyhead. Who taught you that one?
Natsuki did.
Who pinged me? Yep.
She made me watch an anime in English dubs, so I understand the plot more.
Well, did you?
No, not really. I still didn't like it.
I scoff at the thought of Monika watching anime.
Now get up. We have a big day ahead.
That sounds weird. It's usually a big day or a long day ahead of us. Yeah. We have a large day.
I see. Still, you gotta get up. I gotta look after you all day today.
But bed is soft and warm. I'm a warm, toasty cinnamon bun. I never want to get out of this bed. World hard and cold.
Well, we wouldn't have nice things if we didn't put up with life, Ben. Now...
Monika yanks away my blanket, the freezing cold soon enveloping my body. I'm trying to yank the blanket back before it retreats further into Monika's cruel control. If Touch wasn't already awake, it sure as hell is now.
Wake up! Breakfast is ready!
Oh damn, that's all you had to say. Oh, look at you. Got your hair down, you got the tank top and everything. Yeah, you're just waking up too, huh? Turn to my other side to see Monika in her pajamas. Oh. And sight is online. Morning.
Good morning. Shall we?
After you. I follow Monika downstairs. Walking into the kitchen, I'm soon greeted with a smell that's been too long since I've last smelled it. One more down, taste is the last one left. Are those? Oh man, pancakes!
Uh-huh.
I was under the impression that you hated me for yesterday. And sort of the day before, essentially ever since I stepped foot outside of the airport. It's with the sudden niceties.
Well,
we take seats across from each other, a stack of pancakes atop our plates, flanked with a glass and cutlery with a carton of orange juice between us.
I was hoping to convince you that being in my company would be just as good as being alone.
I raise an eyebrow. What do you mean by that?
I don't really understand why you run off and do your own things, Ben, but I hope I can convince you that sometimes staying isn't so bad. Looking back, I sorta had a realization last night that I really shouldn't treat you as another burden like everything else I deal with. Like another task. Huh. You're another person with likes and dislikes and experiences just as unique as everybody else.
Yes, that is, I believe, what's called I believe, how what's called being a human being works.
I may have overreacted when you got hurt, sure, but when you came back, I was more than sure I could trust you. But for some peace of mind, please stick around, for today at least.
She props up her elbows on the tabletop, resting her chin on her fingers.
You might get something good out of it, after all.
I look down to the waiting heavenly pile of carbs and sugar on my plate and grab my fork and knife. Sure did get something good out of it, and it ain't getting any warmer.
Ooh,
you sound like Yuri all of a sudden.
Itakimasu. Itakimasu.
Monika and I dig in. That's all the 5 senses checked for the morning, saving the best for last, it seems. Why don't we get pet parasites? I don't know. Like I said, stoner questions. Been mulling over what Monika said earlier. If this is my one chance to finally get my freedom, this is it. Thing is, I'm not sure if I can even trust myself not wandering off today. It's a mall. So much to do, so much to see, so much to do, so much to see, so much to do, so much to see. It's the bloody 3 o'clock in the morning questions that you only ask, when you are dead tired and you're talking like a stoner. Like, come on, it's obvious, bruv. Oh, why am I like this?
Ben?
Maybe I can have one of Monika's friends keep watch of me.
Is everything okay?
Suri seems nice, but Natsuki, I feel like she hates or dislikes me for some reason. we gonna go on a Smash Mouth trip now, aren't we?
Ben!
Yeah?
You were staring at your plate for a bit. Are you okay?
I reconnect with my senses to see an empty plate with smears of syrup. I'm good. Just thinking about things.
What were you thinking about?
About Natsuki. Do you think she doesn't enjoy my company?
Oh, Natsuki. She may seem unfriendly to new people, especially boys, but I'm sure she'll warm up to you.
I see. Wait, why boys in particular? I'm guessing she's had bad experiences with them in the past?
Yeah, you could say that.
More stuff you'd rather not say? She nods. That's okay.
From what I've seen so far, though, Natsuki and you seem to get along.
I decide against correcting her English.
Which hopefully will be the case, because I would hate it if you haven't even got into your first club meeting and already hate one of its members.
I guess that would suck. Try to be accommodating, if that's the right word.
Accommodating? What does that mean?
I don't know. I stand up from my chair with glass and plate in hand. I make my way to the sink to wash them off when I'm interrupted by Monika's arm.
Let me do it for you.
Ah, thanks. What a gracious host. I make my way upstairs to my room to get ready. I'm halfway through putting on my hoodie when I hear my phone vibrate against the tabletop. I look at the notification. JJ, sent image attachment. Looks like he went through with checking out the CD. I zoom into the photos as the quality of the photo has drastically been reduced due to JJ taking a photo of the screen itself. Skimming through what's on screen, I notice it's comma screen, screen comma. I notice it's mostly just text with a few images here and there, probably showcasing the rooms they're displaying. I'm interrupted by a series of knocks from my bedroom door.
Ben, are you ready?
Yeah, one sec. I put my phone and wallet into my pockets and head out the door. Oh, the fuck? You think you would have noticed that while you were having breakfast? You'd think that'd be one of the first things you see when you woke up. Well then, that's new. Yeah, we're definitely past the old demo at this point. Would you look at that? Seems like it actually snowed a little bit last night. Yeah, you don't say. Luckily, I put on my signature black hoodie, as JJ would call it. In fact, JJ actually lent this one to me. Hence why he calls it a signature. My train of thought is derailed by Monika.
Are you excited for your first day of school tomorrow?
Overnight to Bombray, I guess, because it sure as hell wasn't here yesterday. Also, damn, Monika, I feel bad for your hands.
Are you excited for your first day of school tomorrow?
Kinda. More of a mix of excitement and anxiousness. But I'm also feeling kind of underwhelmed by it, too.
Huh? Underwhelmed?
I mean, it's just school, isn't it? School, comma. Been doing it for years now. I get that it's in a completely different country with a radically different structure, culture, and time frame, but in essence, it's all the same, isn't it? Once in Colorado, where I live, it was snowing in June back in 2017. Yeah, dude, weather is it's a pretty fickle thing, isn't it? I don't know what it's like for Colorado, but where I live over in Minnesota here, in our state's history, we have had snow at least once in our state's history in every month except one. And I bet you have a pretty good guess what that month is.
Huh. When you look at it like that, comma, I can see where you're coming from.
Oh, and speaking of the time frame, I thought Japanese schools would start off way later in the year.
Oh, right. About that. Kuribayashi High starts off from late January to December. It's to get in line with all of the other sister schools we're partnered with. St. Hewlett's College isn't the only sister school of Kuribayashi High, so there's a big chance there'll be other transfer students like you.
Which month? I want you to guess before I tell you what it is. Huh. Interesting. The thought of some other person that also understands English to a native level at my school brings me an odd comfort. Not to discredit Monika's proficiency in English, but talking to her just has that one extra added layer. Oh, definitely. That you would expect. Nah, bruh, it ain't March. No, we've had snow in March plenty of times. A language barrier that's practically not there, but it shows itself whenever I have to get really complex thoughts across. Something I don't really have to worry about when I talk to JJ or Mom. That being said, I hope I don't find myself taking Monika's understanding of the English language for granted. Like I said, there are at least once in our state's history, we have had snow every month except for one. Especially when she's essentially self-taught, as far as I know, on top of her English-related material in school and her father's extracurricular lessons. Really is something, isn't it? Wonder how a meeting between Monika's father and I would go. Going off of what Monika's father's occupation is, as well as what I've heard from what Monika has said from the night I got here, I think Monika's father is pretty much a native speaker. Gotta count my blessings here, because if I eventually do meet him, comma, I won't have to faff around a language barrier. December? No, bro, think logically for a second. Think logically. No, it would not be December. We have had snow as early as bloody October some years. Like seriously, we actually had a blizzard on Halloween once. Now you're thinking in the right direction. Now you're thinking in the right time frame, but no, it is not June. Especially when I've got to explain what my relationship is with his daughter when I'm pretty much living with her until the end of the year. I'm sure it'll be fine, comma, but I can't help being a little anxious. Period. Guess I'll ask Monika when he'll return so I can mentally prepare myself. January? Now you're just guessing months. Ugh, excuse me. The 1 month out of all 12 months of the year in the state that I live in that we have never once had snow in is July. Out of all 12 months in my state, that is the 1 month we have never once had snow. Every other month, at least once, we have had snow. Which is just pretty wild to think about. Hey, Monika, do you know when your father will come back to visit? Oh, he usually comes back for a month in June? Why do you ask? Well, I've been thinking about how your father would react when the transfer student that his daughter was assigned to is a guy. I get the feeling that it'll go well, but I also suspect he won't be entirely keen on me living with you.
Oh, about that.
Her sudden change in demeanor doesn't really give off any winning cues. I think I've found my answer.
Let's just say that the phone call my mom had with him, she only referred to you with they and them.
What a serendipitous... What a serendipitous event. What a serendipitous event, T-Bombre. Yeah, I don't suspect there's many people doing these mod streams. I can tell you that, Ronald McOnePunch sometimes streams DDLC mods, but he doesn't do quite as much streaming as I do. But he's certainly been around the, DDLC community a lot longer than I have. I will give him that. He's actually the reason I got into the game myself, so I highly recommend checking him out. He's a real chill bro. Yeah. No, not Ronald McDonald. Ronald McOnePunch. That's the name of the channel if you want to look him up. He's a bro. Not good. Monika huffs and loosens up a bit. Nick Saitama.
And what about your dad? Is he okay with you going overseas for school?
Okay, I actually really like this background. This actually looks really nice. Although, it looks more fit for maybe... just to watch him in your old DDLC phase. Oh, neat. Yeah, like I said, it was watching a lot of his videos that first got me into this game. Yeah, so it's pretty late in the year for a first snowfall, if this is what this looks like. Still, I like what they did with the background here. This is really nice. Oh, him? I'm fairly certain he would be fine with it. Anytime I would go out, comma, he'd always tell me to, at the very least, not end up in the news, hospital, or prison. Period. I think you meant comma, and not to add or subtract to the population. Though I can't really confirm how he feels about it since I can't really talk to him anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I catch a whiff of sorrow from Monika, turning to her and seeing her a little downcast. Oh, no, no, no. He hasn't passed away. He's just... Oh boy, how do I tell her? How do I tell her the truth without her knowing? I got it. My dad's incarcerated.
Incarcerated? What does that mean?
Whoop! Natsuki! Sayori! Alright, we have our clear indication of who is who here. Sayori is the most sensible of the three of them. Monika is just doing that because fashion. And Natsuki is the one guy that always dresses in shorts and a t-shirt no matter what weather it is. Because trust me, no matter where you live, if it snows during the winter, you know that one guy who always wears shorts and a t-shirt no matter what weather it is, just because they can. So yeah, Natsuki, you are that guy. You're that guy in this group. Natsuki is that one white boy. Yup, exactly, DeBombre. I always had that one guy in school that always, and I mean always, no matter what time of year it was, dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, no matter how damn cold it was. A pair of vibrantly colored heads of hair reveal themselves as soon as Monika and I turn a corner. What impeccable timing! The pair turn to face us, and I outstretch an arm in the air and wave as the distance closes. Sup?
Hey, Ben! Yo! Good morning to you two! Monika, good news! Guess who's back? Who's back? Mr. Tux! He's back in town!
He must be a teacher.
Oh, really? Yeah, we saw him under a bridge just eating grass when we were coming over to the mall. Heh.
Is Mr. Tux some famous local bum or something?
When we got closer though, he got scared and ran away.
If you're wondering, this is the teaser that I saw in the Foreign Relations server. And I'm like, oh shit, are we about to get some proper representation for my favorite season? And we sure are.
We were following him and then you two caught up to us.
Mr. Tux is just like you? Oh, hey, Brad. How's it going? How are you enjoying your trip, dude?
Sounds like we're in for some good luck to the start of this year. Only for us, though. You and your boyfriend still haven't caught up with him.
You're doing alright? That's good. Monika promptly blushes while I throw Natsuki a malicious eyebrow. Wanna run that by me again? Sure. Yeah, tonight's been kinda quiet.
What?
You know I can understand you, right?
That's why I said it. But if you're gonna bug me in English, you can forget it.
Is that so? I stick my tongue out, a universal sign meaning get lost. Comma, in the quotations. Or at least I think it is. My conclusion about my universal dismissive gesture seems to be corroborated by Natsuki following suit. Also, like I said a little bit ago, Brad, we're establishing who is who here for this time of year. Sayori is the sensible one. Monika has her is keeping her fashion sense. Because seriously, fuck me, I feel bad for her arms. And Natsuki is the one guy that always dresses in his shorts and a t-shirt, regardless of the weather. Natsuki is that guy. Blah. Blah. My little quarrel with Natsuki gets a few laughs out of the administrative heads of the literature club. Still, I gotta know if we're gonna run into this elusive Mr. Tux. Period inside the quotations. I ain't fixing to get stabbed by a free-ranging homeless guy. I know that type extremely well. I just know some shit's gonna go down if we see him. Alright. What do you got for us, Brad? Oh, damn. Yeah, here. Let me pull this up real quick before we continue. Yeah, look at that. That's sweet. That's sweet. And there is... Look at that thing. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, look at that guy in there. He's having a good time. And then we got this. The bloody neon tower here. That's sweet. Oh, and then we got like this carriage here. Very nice. Very nice. Sayori, you saw this Mr. Tux when you were walking over here? Are we gonna see him again? Probably. He ran off this way, so we'll probably catch up to him. Shit. What's wrong, Ben? Oh, nothing. Come on, you'll love him. I'm afraid I don't swing that way, Sayori. Aww. Aww? The fuck you mean, aww? Oh. Some photos were a little blurry. I forgot to turn on night mode. You're not from around here, so I thought you'd be... And I spot a spot where they forgot to change the main character placeholder. That's the first time that's happened tonight. You know... I would say sorry to disappoint, but, comma. We both know how little that means at this point. Still, you're the only guy in the literature club full of girls, so you're either a pervert there to oogle at a bunch of girls, or... Oh, come on, either choice isn't really fair. Is there something wrong with being a little... festive? Festive, huh? Haven't heard of that one yet. No, nothing's wrong with it, it's just not who I am. Night mode. I ain't a pervert either. Promise. I would take that promise, but we both know how little that means at this point. Use my own words against me. Damn it. Touché. With that, we make outway to the mall. I think you fat-fingered that. Oh, and that's it. All right. Extended demo. I mean, wasn't a whole lot longer than the original, but still, that was fun. That was a nice treat. Ugh. And like I said, getting a little bit of representation for my favorite season is better than nothing. And I find it hilarious that Natsuki, out of all of them in the group, would be the guy. Would be that guy. Like, for real. Natsuki, out of all of them, being that guy who never bothers, with, actually properly dressing up. Doesn't hate me, I think. Oh yeah, Brad, this is a new thing in this mod. I think they're going for some My Doki Doki Snafu type shit here. Cause yeah, look at this. We haven't gotten to interact with this at all yet. But it looks like they're going for some snafu type thing. We've been going for almost 3 hours, actually. You may have only been here for like an hour, but we've been going for... Yep. Thanks for playing the extended demo for Foreign Relations. I hope you enjoyed it. All of us in Team Relations are hard at work making this one the best it can be. If you'd like to help us on our journey, offer feedback, or simply keep in touch with updates, you can join the official Discord server by clicking here. Yep, there's the link. It's been 2 hours, 54 minutes. I can just look up at how long we've been live. If you want to get in touch with me, David Lachlan, directly, you can DM me either on Reddit or Discord. Discord, David Lachlan. He's a bro. Reddit, you double D Lachlan. Speaking of feedback, could you please fill out the feedback form by clicking here? I didn't know there was a feedback form. Let me pull this up on stream, actually. Yeah, shit, I gotta... Yeah, shit. I gotta blur out my, email here. So maybe I won't show that. Here, let me grab a snipping tool here and just take a snapshot. Yeah, bro, there's like an actual Google Forms thing for this. I was kind of hoping we'd get to see a little bit of the mall day once we actually got there, so that I could bug the shit out of Natsuki for being the one guy that always dresses in his shorts and a t-shirt during this time of year. But we don't get to. Okay, so let me see. Nope, not that. Fuck. Clicked the wrong one. So yeah, this is legit. There's like an actual feedback page. My mouse is too fast. I went for the top one, but it went down to the second one inadvertently when I was reaching for it. Oh well. Anyway, I believe that's it. Thanks for playing, and until next time. Take care. That's the end of the demo. So yeah, has its problems, especially in the grammar department. And then there's the inconsistency with the time of year. Cause like, I'm gonna do some skipping right quick. Yeah, see, right here. We have the date here. You know, 05/02/2022. Either May or February, depending on when you want to read it. But then just a little bit later... Yeah, just a little bit later after we meet up with them, it says it isn't long until we reach the exit of the airport. The sliding door is letting loose a brisk gust of January wind. When the phone literally suggests otherwise. In the beginning there. Yeah, so either the mod... Yeah, so either the phone is set wrong, or that's just something that was forgotten about with the demo. So, yeah. Like I said, the mod needs some help in the grammar department. And there's the inconsistency with the time of year, with, you know, the phone suggesting a different time of year than what they're talking about in-game. So I think you just gotta clean that up. And then... should be sitting... pretty good. I think this mod has potential. And I think the BGs for after the first snowfall could definitely be touched up. I think it works for the demo here, but I'd like to see it touched up more for the final release. Because like I said, my favorite season entirely does not get enough representation. So I'm curious to see how that evolves throughout the winter months of the playthrough. Once the full thing comes out. So yeah. Since it's 2:38 where I live, I'm probably going to hop into VC for a bit. So if you're part of the server, I'll see you there. And if you're watching this in the future, this was a fun little one-off. So I'll see you guys next time. That's going to be it for the YouTube audience tonight. So thank you all for watching. And until next time, take care.